All right, so last week I started a couple seconds after 1 o'clock. So this week I start a couple seconds before 1 o'clock to make back up for it. So you all press like on the video, share it up to your WhatsApp groups. Let me tell you something. Every time I start this and I click go live, I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I'm forgetting something. What did I forget to do? Did I set something? Do I have my screen? Do I have the notes? And there's this thing in life, if you wait until you are perfectly ready to start something, you'll never start. So sometimes you have to start even though you don't feel like it's perfectly ready. So I hope you all aren't waiting for yourselves to be perfectly ready to start studying. I hope you started studying and everybody is ready and gearing up for exams. So with that said, please press like on the video. Please look for the subscribe button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. We have grown in, thanks to you guys, in a short space of time. We are now at 8,600 or so subscribers on this channel, which is fantastic. My main channel has something like 140,000 subscribers. That's the Kerwin Springer channel, where I do more secondary school stuff. But we want to see if we can get this channel up there, you know? We want to see if we can get this channel up there. So, hi, Brittany. Hi, Malia. You know, we don't do the shout outs before we start class, but what we can do is do the shout outs from those who wrote some comments on the last video. I just grabbed the first set of comments. Excuse me, here. Hey, say thanks for all the help provided through these videos. This is Kaylee. I got 73 out of 75. Big up you, 70 out of 75. So we have a lot of people scoring in the 70s. How many of you all scored in your 70s in your last mock exam? So maths, that's SE, that's out of 75. How many of you all are getting close to 100% in your exams? Congratulations on that. Yo, so I just wanted to say that you're the best math teacher in the Caribbean. I would love a shout out next video. I'd be very happy because I haven't gotten a shout out in 2 weeks. All right, Lisa. Big shout out for you. Kendra as well. Lillian Gabi, who's doing better in exams now. Understanding 10 out of 10 is good. Gil, what WTD? Good picks and he put me down any falls. Hi, by the way, shout out. Ijaz Samaru, shout out to you as well. We also, just before we start, we about to start. You all shared it up in your groups. You press like, you let everybody know that we're going live. Usually, I turn on the live video by Saturday, and I forgot to turn it on until like an hour ago. So some people are now getting notifications, so you can help them get notifications by pressing like on the video and sharing it up, and then YouTube will send the notifications to more of the subscribers. So here are some of the names of some of the persons who in the last class just text on the WhatsApp. This is from my NGSA class. So Kari, Sora, Malachi, Ariel, Shamir, Michael, Chandani, how are you guys? I know most of you all are here. This is some people who typed on my Standard 5 class. Taisha, Alex, Josiah, I know most of you all are here as well. And with that, we're getting ready to start today's session. Now, who can tell me what today's topic is? Today's topic is the monster topic. Today's topic. Today's topic is the big bad topic, the big gangster topic, the topic that everyone loves. It's unequal sharing. So unequal sharing is a type of sharing, and sharing includes division. So sharing is division, but in unequal sharing, instead of saying share 20 among 5 persons and you just divide 20 with 5, that's equal sharing, right? If I said share, if I told you to share $15 among 3 persons, if I told you to share $15 among 3 persons, equal sharing would mean that each one of these persons is going to get $5. Unequal sharing is a scenario where we have to share, but somebody has an unequal amount. For example, share $15 among 3 persons. One of the persons must get $3 extra. So that's unequal sharing. So that falls under the category of unequal sharing. So in one of the main ideas with this style of unequal sharing is to remove the excess. So you'll see me do that a lot in some of the basic unequal sharing. Remove the excess. How many of you all use that idea as well? So if we have to share $15 among 3 people and one person must get $3 extra, when I remove the excess, all of a sudden I will create an equal scenario. So 15 minus 3 is $12. And now I can equally share the $12 among the 3 parts. So I can give each person 12 divided by 3 is, 12 divided by 3 is none other than the number 4. So I will give each person $4, and then I will add back the excess to the 3rd person who was supposed to get $3 more. So this is the most popular technique for unequal sharing right across the Caribbean. When one person gets some excess and we remove the excess before we share equally, right? We remove the excess before we share equally. So what we're going to look at today is a bunch of unequal sharing questions, some really tough, some really easy. This is one of the sessions I literally haven't looked at it. Our teachers are really good at coming up and picking those unequal sharing questions. So it's going to be a surprise for me, just as you. So you all are going to get to see me work it out and pick out which technique that I think would work best for it, right? So in this, you're actually getting a little view of a kind of technique that I use here, and I call it the box method. What do you call it? So this is a technique that I use, and you'll see me doing it often. I have a way that I write this, so maybe you can copy the way that I write this. I have on my other channel, I have lots of videos of unequal sharing as well that help students in years gone by. So everybody press like on the video so YouTube knows to send it out even though I turned on the video late. And with that, we are going to put on our swim clothes, run out and dive into the ocean of unequal sharing. So let's go, everybody. A bookstore sells 2 types of books, fiction and non-fiction. So I'm already seeing these are my categories. The total number of books sold, so there's a total. So when there's a total, that helps, because I'll need to know if I have to remove some excess, if I have to set up a ratio, you understand, and then divide by a number of parts. So, you all call it the block method. I call it the bar method. So bar method, block method, box method, whatever you call it. I've used those phrases before. The number of non-fiction books sold is 5 times the number of fiction books sold. How many? So this is the part that is setting up our unequal sharing here. So when we set up our block diagram, we need to account for this. So we're going to write fiction here and non-fiction there. And now 5 times the number of fiction books sold. So non-fiction has 5 times. So we're going to put fiction as 1 block, and guess how many blocks we'll put non-fiction at? You guessed it. It makes sense to put it at 5 blocks. Does that make sense? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this 1. So now I organized my box diagram, my block diagram, my bar method, and I have an equal parts here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total equal parts. And these 6 parts must be equal to what? The 6 parts must be equal to the total number of books that we have, 162. So now 1 part, I can find for 1 part, which is usually the best way to go. Now, if you're doing a fraction method, a few students do a fraction method for this type of question, meaning they simply find 5/6 of, what do we want to do? Non-fiction, yes. So we find 5/6 of 162 one time. You won't have anything to worry about. But in this case, 1 part is equal to 162 divided by 6. 6 goes into this 2 times, remainder 4. 6 goes into this 7 times, 42 7 times. So we get 27. Is it dollars? No, it's books. So this means every one part is 27. So fiction books, we have 27 of those. Now each one of these is a 27. So if we want to work out how many non-fiction books, which is actually the question, we would need to multiply that 5 parts by 27. 27 times 5, and that's how everyone is getting the 135. So 5 sevens are 35, 3, 5 2 is 10, plus 3, 135 is the way to go. All right, or 5 times 20 is 100, and 5 times 7 is 35, and we add it together. So out of 10, how much do you understand unequal sharing questions like this? Rate out of 10. You get these? Number 2, Alice measures the height of 2 buildings. The combined height of the 2 buildings, combined, that means there's a total height of the 2 buildings is 80.5 meters. If the first building is 10.3 meters taller than the second building. So we have a first and we have a second. 2 buildings that are basically equal in height, but there's an excess. The first building is 10.3 meters higher than the second building. So in this case, we have an excess. And what do we do when we have an excess number? Last time we had a ratio, a fraction relationship between the two. In this case, we will start off by removing that excess. So if we remove the excess, we want to take it away from the total. So 80.5 minus 10.3 is going to be 70.2. So now the 70.2 meters actually count for, or a response is the value of these 2 parts in green here, the height of 1 building and the height of the next building, not including the excess. So what is the height of the second building? The second building is going to be half of that. If this is on this, if these 2 parts make 70.2, one part will make 2 into 70.2, which is 35.1. 35 and 35 make 70, and 1 and 1 make 2. So there we go, 35.1 meters. We cook in with Rampo gas, of course. 35.1 meters. Caleb has 78 marbles. Isaiah has 13 more marbles than half Caleb's amount. How many marbles do they have all together? So boom, bam, bing, right off the block, we get 3 different types of unequal sharing. Now, I have an automated setting here. Kaylee, I am hearing you that they put you on timeout. I can't do anything about it now, but I'll check it out after the stream. I don't have my YouTube settings and all of that open right now. That'd be way too distracting. So there are moderators, like human moderators on, and then there are automatic moderators, and sometimes they time you out. So Kaylee, if it's a timeout, that means you should be getting back on in a little bit. So you can still watch the video, but to chat. Caleb has 17 marbles. Isaiah has 13 marbles, more than half Caleb's amount. So what I'm saying is this is another style. He has 13 more than half Caleb's amount. Now this style seems a little troubling to kind of wrap our brain around. So let me try to think of it like without being a teacher. Let me try to figure it out like if I'm trying to figure out how to draw this for you. So I have Caleb and I have Isaiah. And Isaiah has 13 more than half Caleb's amount. So let's say this is Caleb's amount. And let's say I split it in 2. That is half. This piece is half Caleb's amount. So Isaiah has half Caleb's amount, right? Not quite. Isaiah has half plus 13. So how does that look? You all think I set that up right? We set it up right there. Did we set it up right? Caleb has 78 marbles. Ooh, by the way, this is not a total. So this is not the total of all. This is just Caleb's total. So Caleb has 78. So it means these 2 parts here represent 78, right? And half of Caleb's amount is the same as Isaiah's amount, but don't forget to add 13 because Isaiah has 13 more than half Caleb's amount. So it looks good? It looks good. So we can continue. Well, I don't need to remove the excess because I don't have the total, but I have to keep this 13 in mind. The important thing to find out is after we remove the excess, we are always gunning for, we take enough top speed to try and find for one part. So if we don't, I can't believe I read in the comments somebody asking for a break already. Alia, how long this thing start? What going on with that person? Whoever just asked for a break, go and sit down in the back of the class. go and sit down in the back of the class and come back when you forget the word break, when that word break come out of your vocabulary. All right, so let's resume now. So 78 here represents Caleb amount, and the aim that we're running for, that we take off full speed, is to find out how much one of these parts will be. So if 78 is how much Caleb has, one part, Caleb has two parts, right? So let's put two parts represent 78 marbles. What are you doing in 78 marbles, Caleb? One part will be 78 divided by 2. Well, that looks like 39. 40 times 2 is 80, so 2 less, let's go with 39, right? So 39 marbles. Will we reach 600 people in unequal sharing? Let's see. 39 marbles. So this is 39, this is 39, this is 39 here. So now Isaiah, how much is Isaiah going to get? You all have Isaiah's answer there? Isaiah is going to get 39 plus 13. Don't forget his little excess. So that's a 2, that's a 1, and 52. Isaiah gets 39 plus 13, 52 marbles. I cannot believe that person asked a break already. What is going on? Sariah, Zahara, and Azara shared $145 among themselves. Hold on, let me double check this. I'm seeing some really weird answers. Do they have all together? How many do they have all together? I didn't find out Isaiah. Why did I stop here? We want to know how much they have all together. So Caleb has 39 plus 39. 9 and 9 is 18. Bring across the 1, 4, 78. So, why did I do that? I already know Caleb has 78. What is wrong with me? So altogether, it's 78 plus 52. 78 plus 52 is 2 and 8 is 10. Bring across the 1, 8 and 5 is 13. 130 marbles. All right. So person who asked for the break, or they distract me, neighbor, I'm blaming you. I'll nearly make me lost my little 2 points. My 2 points for this question. All right, so in this question, they actually asked for all together. I stopped at Isaiah, but I needed to add Caleb's score to it. All right, let's go to the next one. Is this a different type of unequal sharing, or do we see a new style of unequal sharing here? We are seeing a total. That's for the whole 3 persons. So Ryan and Zahara received an equal amount of money, and Azara received $5 less. We're seeing Azara doesn't get an excess that's added on. She gets an excess that's taken off. She gets $5 less. So there's a few ways to do it. There's 2 diagrams you could draw. So tell me which type of diagram you will draw. We have Soraya, and by the way, you're sharing among 3 persons here. Zahara and Azara. This is one style. I'm going to draw it just now. You have Soraya, Zahara, and Azara here. I'm going to draw as a diagram. Which one you draw, right? Let's call this one A and this one B. If you are a prophet, you could probably predict which one you draw. So Soraya and Zahara receive equal amounts, so you can give Soraya and Zahara equal. And then you give Azara, and then you put -5 here, 5 less. So this is one style of drawing, or you could put the 5 in the column. Another way to do it is to give Azara 1, and then you give Zahara and Saraya 5 more each because they have 5 more than Azara. So which method do you draw your diagrams? Now for both of them, you'll have 2 different type of working to, excuse me, to get down to the answer. Which type of these diagrams do you understand? Which one of these diagrams do you understand? So, which one of these diagrams? B, I'm seeing B, A, B. More B's than A? What do you all think? More B's than A? So let me show you the 2 ways to solve this. If you're using diagram A, you can't remove the excess. You have to add the excess because the excess is less. You understand? This is 5 less. It's not like before where the excess is added on. The excess is less. So you have to add excess. So add the excess, you'll have 145 plus 5 equal 150. And then that means when we add the excess, it's gone. The minus 5 is gone. So these 1, 2, 3 parts, the subtract 5 is gone. So these 1, 2, 3 parts equal 150. So therefore, 3 parts would be equal to 150. So 1 part is 150 divided by 3, which is $50. Now the reason I put in $50 here is because Zahara gets 1 part, so we actually just figured out the answer there. I read the end. How much money did Zahara receive? For part B, how do we do it if you do this style of the diagram? If you understand this diagram, this is the one you like to draw. Well, in this case, we have excesses added on here. So we're going to remove the excess just like normal. The total excess is 5 plus 5 is 10. So 145 minus 10. So we actually get 135, which is divisible by 3, right? Because these 135 stands for 1, 2, 3 parts. So 3 parts is equal to 135. 1 part is 135 divided by 3, which is 45. Well, Zahara gets 1 part in this case plus 5. So Zahara will get 45 plus 5, add back the excess, well, her excess, $50. So this is here, I can't even speak. Here I present you 2 ways to solve this style of unequal sharing when we have an excess that just go backwards. Rate out of 10, how much you understand this? When the excess is less in this case, so you can't add 5 and then remove excess. That's a fast way to get this question wrong. Sasha, number 5. Sasha has 8 marbles. The sum of Celine's and Ashley's marbles is the square of Sasha's marbles. Celine has 14 marbles more than, wait, I find it are real people going on here. Celine, Ashley, Sasha. Cool. Celine has 14 marbles more than Ashley. How many marbles does Ashley have? So this one going to be a little therapeutic. It may be that I don't need to do any block diagrams here because I'm seeing some answers given. I was told exactly Sasha amount, and then I have something more here. So this is one of these questions where I'm going to begin without seeing the end of the road. Kind of seeing the end of the road, but I'm pretending I'm beginning without seeing the end of the road, right? So we have Sasha, we have Celine, and Ashley. Big up everybody from Miss Celine's class. Sasha has 8, so I can just put 8 there. Celine and Ashley's marbles is the square of Sasha's marbles. So Celine plus Ashley is equal to 8 squared, which is 64. So we kind of have like a little total scene going on here. It's like they're giving us a mini question inside of a question, but it's still going to give me 2 marks. They was like, nah, they don't get so much marks. Still the whole I just had 2 marks and go your way. So I'm seeing 25 as the answer over and over. So 8 squared is 64. Celine and Ashley get 64. However, Celine gets 14 more than Ashley. So here's where I introduce the boxes, because I want to say Celine and Ashley have the same amount, except Celine has 14 more. So therefore, remove the excess from 64 minus 14 is 40, no, 50. 50, what are we dealing with? Marbles? Yeah, boy, marbles again. So 50 marbles, and then 2 parts would be equal to 50 marbles. That's these 2 boxes. 1 part is equal to 50 divided by 2 is 25 marbles. Ashley gets 25, Celine gets 25 plus 14, that's 39, and Sasha gets 8. And you can always double check everything. What the question wants? Question wants how much Ashley has. So 25 is the way to go. Well done, people. Some of these comments I just have to laugh and pretend I don't see. I don't see them. Some of you all know too much. You all know too much. A store received a total of $232 from the sale of glow sticks and glitter bombs. The cost of a glow stick is $8 and the cost of a glitter bomb is $12. So he sold, the store sold 9 more glow sticks than glitter bombs. What's that glow stick? Glow stick is the thing that you crack and it starts to glow, and a glitter bomb is, what's a glitter bomb? What's a glitter bomb? Is that something you throw in the bat? And it's not a bat bomb. What's a glitter bomb? Anyhow, so this is one of the trickiest styles of unequal sharing, because there's an inequality in the quantity, and then you have money involved. So there's a couple of things that's going on here, but the principles generally remain the same. This reminds me a bit of the fidget spinner question from SEA a while ago. Is fireworks. So here's what we're going to do. In this question here, you need to immediately address the excess. Explodes and glitter shoots out. A ball that explodes and glitter shoots out. A bomb of glitter. It explodes on you. So we need to immediately address the excess when you come across a question like this in SEA. If you have the distinct pleasure of coming across a question like this, that excess is something you want to address, because I'm seeing a total here. And you need to adjust the excess properly. So 9 more glow sticks. 1 glow stick is $8. So 9 of these is 8 times 9, $72. Now remember, in unequal sharing, all we have been doing is lining up ourselves so we can divide like normal. That's what we have been doing in almost all of these questions. If not all. We're getting rid of the excess so we can divide. We're organizing the parts so we can know how many parts to divide by. Every time we're trying to figure out how to divide. So in this case, I need to get rid of this excess $72 that was spent on these extra glow sticks. Because if I bought 9 more glow sticks, I get rid of that, and then I can treat it as one. I can treat the number of glow sticks and glitter bombs as one thing together. You'll see. So if I remove the excess from the total, 232 minus 72, 0, what am I doing? I'm trying to, 16, yeah, 16, $160. So what I'm saying now is, now that I've gotten rid of this excess glow sticks that we bought, all the glow sticks and mysterious glitter bombs must come up to $160, and we have an equal amount. In fact, we can think of them as a pair. We can think of 1 glow stick plus 1 glitter bomb as just one item. You can think of it as a 8 plus 12, a $20 item. 1 glow stick and 1 glitter bomb costs $20. And now we can work out how much of these, like a package, how much of these packages we have in the 160. So let's call this a package. So the packages, the amount of packages we're going to get out of the $160 now is 160 divided by $20 for one of these packages, which is 8, right? 2 goes into 16 8 times. So in other words, we can buy 8 groups of 1 glow stick and 1 glitter bomb with the remaining money that we have after we remove the excess money. So now that we know we bought 8 glow sticks, let's think about it. I have 8 glow sticks and 8 glitter bombs. I used my $160 for that. But remember, initially I removed 9 extra glow sticks that I bought. So I really have the 8 and the 8, but in the glow stick side, I also have the 9 extra. So how many glow sticks do I have in all? Total glow sticks will be 9 plus 8, which will be 17 glow sticks. So this is one of the trickiest unequal sharings that is exam capable of coming in the exam. Some of the really ridiculous unequal sharing that you all sent me. Some of the unequal sharing that you all sent me should not even see the doorsteps of the SEA exam. Some of you all send me some unequal sharings. I don't know where your teachers get them unequal sharings from. Teachers send me unequal sharings, some lessons teachers, school teachers, parents. It's too hard. It's too hard. It's just best done with algebra and shouldn't be used in any testing. So I hope SEA doesn't bring any of them, but I did some of them in the video 2 weeks ago. Excuse me. And the toughest questions around the Caribbean video that I did like 2 weeks ago, right? So y'all could go back and check that if you didn't. Here we have a next question. Kai bought sets of jewelry rings. Each set cost 25 and contained 3 more rings and bracelets. Kyle spent a total of 300 and received 24 bracelets. How many rings were in each set? So this is a similar concept in that there's some extra rings. And they're telling us the answer. So I feel like this is like the last question and there's some stuff in reverse. I kind of getting that same feeling like with Kai here. We have 2 things again. We have rings and bracelets. We have a set, like the package, but they're telling us what happens in the package. And then we have a total. And then they actually were generous enough to tell us how many bracelets. So I think we could start to make our way down to the answer. Immediately, I want to just visualize what is happening in this set. Each set, which costs $25, by the way, contains 3 more rings than bracelets. So if I have ring and bracelet here, the set should look like this. Every 1 pack of bracelets is equal to 3 sets of 1 box of bracelets is equal to 3 boxes of rings or parts. Every 1 part bracelet is 3 parts rings. Well, $25 is for 1 set. So let's see how many sets he bought. The number of sets were 300 divided by 25. 25 goes into 100 4 times, so 4 3s are 12 sets. And in each set, 12 sets, we can see how many bracelets were in each set. So far, I set up a little visual here to see what's going on with the rings and the bracelets. I figured out how many sets we have. Each set costs 25. We spend 300. I have 12 sets. 3 times 4 is 12. And now bracelets in 1 set has to be 24 divided by 12. Now there are 24 bracelets in all. That's what I'm seeing. So 24 divided by 12 means 2 bracelets in every set. So if there are 2 bracelets in every set, right? If this box here actually means 2, how many rings were in each set? did I set up this properly? 3 more. This is add. This should have been set up like this. The number of rings is equal to the number of bracelets plus 3. It's 3 more, not 3 times. Nearly lost my points there. So we have to be careful with this word. 3 more rings than 3 times the number. If there are 3 times the number of rings as bracelet, then I'll use this. But you see that more should be add. That more should be add. You all catch what I'm saying there? So this should be ring. This should be box plus 3. So now this will be 2 here. 2 plus 3. So the number of rings is not actually 2 times 3. It's actually the number of rings is 2 plus 3 is 5 rings. So 2 more. So that would nearly make me bounce my toe there. And if I bounce my toe there, it would not feel good. So Kai bought sets of, let's just recap what we did. Sets of jewelry containing rings and bracelets. Each set cost $25 and contain 3 more rings than bracelets. So I set up what this would look like. Bracelet, ring, 2 box, give ring an extra 3. Each set costs $25. So how many sets if you spend $300? $12. How many bracelets in one set? 12 into the 24. 2 bracelets every set. But if there's 2 bracelets, the number of rings will be 2 plus 3, which is 5. So very nice. So a little similar to this, doesn't have the money involved with each part like before. In a charity event, 3 friends, Lisa, Mike, and Sarah. Lisa, Mike, and Sarah. Kaylee, I hope you're okay to talk right now. Collected a total of $145. So we have a total. Lisa collected 15 more, so that's an excess. Sarah collected 25 more. So this is another popular type of unequal sharing. We did one similar to this. But there was only like 1 excess. So let's see. You have to be careful how you draw this, right? You can always just start off drawing and then fix it that you're drawing afterwards. But sometimes it helps to kind of read and find which one will be our base value, meaning which one I will just draw a box for. So Lisa, Mike, Sarah. Lisa has 15 more than Mike. Sarah collected 24 more than Lisa. So it looked like Mike is the only one that doesn't have a more next to his name. Mike is the only one that doesn't have any excess. So why not start with Mike first? You all understand my logic there? I'm going to start with Mike. Then I'll go to Lisa, who has 15 more than Mike. Then Sarah has 25 more than Lisa. So the big mistakes that people put with this type of question is just putting 25 here. But what is wrong about that? What is wrong about that? What is wrong about that? So we don't want to enter any problems here. Sarah actually has 25 more than Lisa. So I could think of Sarah as having the same amount as Lisa, which is a box plus 15 or a part plus 15, and then put the 25 extra there. So when I'm adding up the excess, the amount of excess here is actually 15 plus 15, which is 30 plus 25, which is $55 of excess. That is what needs to be removed from the total. So removing the excess, just like before now, I have 145 minus 55. So I'm looking at 90 here. 90 looks very attractive when I say 145 minus 55. And 3 friends, so 3 parts equal 90. And I'm starting to zero in on my sharing part here. 1 part is 90 divided by 3, which we know would be $30. How much did each friend collect? So they want, in this case, we need to find out for everybody. Mike gets $30. Lisa gets 30 plus 15, which is $45. And Sarah gets 30 plus 15, which is 45, plus another 25, which will be $70. So in this case, we actually needed to find out for every man jack. So Mikey, 30, Lisa, 45, Sarah, 70. You're seeing A couple of people have that as well. People like Rishi, people like Sakari, people like Vicky, Bertrand, everybody cooking at Ramco gas. So, what is the time? You know, when it reaches 2 o'clock, we need to check and see how many questions we have left. Mr. Jason had $2,400 and decided to share it among his 3 grandchildren. So each one get 800. We can only wish. Most likely something crazy is going to happen. Daisy received twice more than Michael. Allison receives 5 more than Michael. So once again, I'm trying to find a person who doesn't have anything more. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes everybody tied up in the question. But if I can find one person who I can just put a box by and it looking like Mikey and it looking like Michael, earlier, Daisy has twice more than Michael. Allison has 5 times more than Michael. So it looked like Mikey's the man to just put a little box by here. So Michael, put a little box there. Daisy, we're going to put 2 more for you, Daisy, twice as much. Twice, right? So this is multiply. Twice more, not like 2 more. So that, if it was 2 more, I would have put a box and add 2, but it's twice. So the words here are very tricky. Allison, 5 times more. So Allison, 5 times more, not than Daisy. If it was 5 times more than Daisy, I'd have to draw 10. I'd have to draw 1, 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. But it's just simply 5 times more than Mikey again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 parts in all. So 8 parts must be, there's no excess other than just these. There's no excess. So 1 part is 2400 divided by 8. In this case, it's 300. How much money did Daisy receive? Well, Daisy has 2 parts. So Daisy gets the 300 times the 2, $600. So Daisy gets a beautiful 600. Hard luck there by Mikey, boy. Mikey, why you get so little bit, boy? What you do, Grandpa? What you do, Mr. Jason, that he decided to give you just a 300? Look how much money Allison getting. Anyhow, now we don't get any family business. Let's keep it rolling. Wait. Just looking at some comments here. Hi, Ariel, what's up? I understand what you're trying to say, Sakari, but who make up this question? Who's the person who come up with this question? I need to go and find the teacher who come up with it. Let me go. I know where I can find the teacher. I can see what the teacher wanted to see. Just give me a second. So what I'm looking up here now is the issue with twice more. Twice more, is that like you have 2 times more? That's a weird way to state that in truth. No, the teacher wanted us to do this. But what they should have done is just say twice as much to avoid that problem. Because then the examiner might have to give your answer correct as well, Sakari. Twice more here is a little, can mean a couple things. Twice more, Mikey. Yeah, twice more. Kind of way to say twice more. Twice as much as. Yeah. So just to do a little quick recap, Daisy gets 2 times the amounts Mikey gets. So Mikey gets a box, Daisy gets 2 boxes. And Allison receives 5 times the amount that Michael gets. So Allison also, you see 5 times more. 5 times more can kind of work. Just twice more feels weird. Need to check that and see if that's good English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the amount that Michael gets. So in all, when we add up the parts, let's just make sure we did this properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts that must add up to 2,400. So we're cooking with some Ramco gas there. Let's resume bubble in the pot. Let's resume bubble in the pot. So 8 into 2,400 is 300. Fine for one part. So Daisy gets 2 parts. 2 times 300 is 600. Boom. Alan had $1,600 and decided to share it among his 3 grandchildren according to the age. The middle child got twice as much. All right, look, this one. This is a repeat. This is just a plain repeat here. So this happens when we have a few teachers we pull in questions from and they come up with similar questions. Alan had 1,600 and decided to share it among 3 grandchildren according to their age. The middle child got twice as much as he. So we have first, middle, oldest. Those are the words they use. The middle child got twice as much as the youngest, 5 times. So very same question. It's like a repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1. So 8 parts in this case is equal to 1,600. 1 part would be equal to, if you all get this question in the exam, only they're supposed to get all the marks. 200. And now to see how much the oldest child gets, oldest gets 200 times 5 parts, which is $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. So let me see if you can reach 700 people here. Press like on the video and invite your friends and tell them to come. Let me study some unequal sharing. Nick has 320 marbles. Jack has 370 marbles. Gary has 2. Oh my goodness. Why it have 4 people here? So we unlocking new levels here, boy. 4 marks for 4 people. New levels have been unlocked, ladies and gentlemen. You can shake your own hand here. New levels. Why there are 4 people in this, boy? How many marbles? Okay. So these types of questions where somebody need to give somebody. Thank you. I know this. This is a fact. So your singing is majestic. Come on. Come to the front of the class. And you could sit down in the front of the class in the soft seat. And we'll turn the last go fan on you. You come on up, man. Come on up. 5 extra marks for your homework. The next has 320 marbles. So yeah, so these questions where you're trying to balance it off, where you're trying to get everybody to have the same amount, is secretly a question involving this word. MEAN. No, I don't mean an angry question. It's not an angry question. It's a question where you need to find the average. And how do you find averages, guys? How do you find averages? Well, you're seeing these people most likely above the average. And this guy is scrunting with his 70 marbles here. He's under the average. To find the average, you need to add up. Come on, Omar. Come on down to the front of the class too. You are distracting me from my lesson, but that is allowed when you say these kind of things. Yes, Vicky, come on. Let everyone know. Right now in a good spirit. Not drinking a good spirit. No drinking and teaching. So, all right. So let's get back to the lesson now. To find mean, we need to find the total. Right now, these students just gassing me up to. Let me see, Sir, you put me on the screen. I could say positive about Sir, boy. Sir taking the gas up. Sir, you have the freshest haircuts. Sir, use Michael Jackson. Somebody, right? Sir, use Michael Jackson. So yeah, we need to find the total, right? So 2 and 8 is 10, 14, 24, 1, 6, 9. 940. And they get 9 marbles and then he put dollars there. So in a habit of putting dollars. 940 marbles. Yes, tell Ariana Grande to watch out. So you're starting to see your way. I'm starting to see my way by AJ boy. I still have other issues going on. But I don't have the cold, at least. At least I don't have the cold. So but how to say this without saying this, man? Remind me, you know the other issues when I reach near the end of the class. Earlier, no long we doing this question are distracting you all. So 940 total. You get 940 total. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. No, it's 2. It's 7. It's 2 coming across here. 2. So it's 1040. A little panic now. Don't panic. 2, 8, 14 here. 1040. So 1040 total. So the aim of these questions is to find the mean. Now, how will we find the mean? We get the total and we divide by how much we have. So the mean or the average is 1040 divided by 4. 4 goes into 1,250 times. 4 goes into 40 10 times. So I feel like 260 is just the number to put right there one time. What do you think? 260 is the average. Now, why did we find the average? Because now we know Nick gone over the average by how much? 40 plus 20. 60. You see it? And he better just get that away one time so poor way the boy can get a little marbles to play with. So these questions are actually, if you see this in the exam, you're supposed to smile. You're supposed to say, fire in the dance hall. Or maybe I could come out with a little song. Maybe I could come out with a little song before exam. I used to come out with a little exam song back in the days. So 260. So, what they want? Right, Nick gives blah, 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 Jack gives blah, 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 and Gary gives. Well, we already worked out how much Nick should give. Nick should give 320 he have, so let's take away. So he ends up with 60. Jack would have to give, he have more. 370 minus 260. So that's 40 and 70. So 110. 110. And last man, Gary, would give 280 minus the 260, which is 10, 20. 20. So let me just make sure. I find weird getting real marbles all of a sudden, boy. 60, 110, 20, and 70. That the right amount, 260. Yes. We'd be looking nice day. Everybody will get the right amount of marbles there. So Nick gives 60. Jack gives 110. And Gary gives 20. Rate out of 10, how much y'all understand this question? When you see this in the exam, or you can start singing in a good spirit too. Everybody understand this? Because this is free marks, right? It looked, and it's a question that usually comes with a lot of marks too, and it looks really tough, but it's easy. You just need to find total, get the mean, do your thing, subtract and so on. So Lily has 60% of the number of flashcards Kaylee has, and Shivaya has 1/3 of the number of flashcards Lily has. So this is yet another style of unequal sharing. I really love this worksheet. This is a beautiful worksheet. Well done. It has a lot of different, this worksheet like Trinidad. The diversity is out there. The diversity is up there. So Lily has 60% of the number of flashcards Kaylee has. And Shivaya has 1/3 of the number of flashcards Lily has. Now, what is different about this question is it involves use of percentages and fractions. So knowing your fractions family is really nice for this. You're in the game. If you know your fractions family. 60% of the flashcards Kaylee has. So this is Lily. I can do it this way. Lily, Kaylee, and Shivaya. Kaylee seems to be the base. So let's put Kaylee here. And then I didn't need to do all of this. Lily has 60% because they gave us how much Kaylee have. They didn't give us a total. And Shivaya has 1/3. So I'm not going to go deep into this. 60% of what Kaylee has, and Shivaya has 1/3 of what Kaylee. So you get a little visual of what happened in there, but I actually didn't need to do this. How much flashcards does Lily have? Why they didn't ask about Shivaya? Oh no. was wrong. They didn't give how much Shavaya have, how much Kaylee have. They gave how much more Kaylee have. So interessante. Question have a little sting on it, boy. This question not in a good spirit. So Kaylee has 228 more flashcards than Shavaya. So we could get to the bottom of this. We can get to the bottom of this. Have no fear. So our aim is to kind of work out how much Kaylee have. Well, we have a fraction situation taking place here. Shavaya has 1/3 of what Kaylee has. This is Shavaya here, you know. Shavaya has 1/3 of what Kaylee has. So if Shavaya has 228 more, what 228 represent? You can do it with the parts, or you can do it with fractions. You're coming up to a break to see where we at. What 228 would represent earlier? 228 would represent 2 parts, the difference. 2 parts equal 228. 1 part would be 114. So Kaylee, who has 3 parts, will be 114 times 3. 114 times 3. 342. 342. Flashcards. So now that we know how much Kaylee has, Lily, who named her LL in it, has 60%. 60% is a member of the 5th family. It's actually 3/5. So Lily has 3/5 of what Kaylee has. 342. It isn't looking too pretty. 342. I don't want Lily to end up with half a flashcard. How much flashcards does Lily have? Let me double check my working, because why Lily ending up with a little piece of a flashcard and thing. So Shavaya has 1/3 of the number of flashcards Lily. Shavaya has 1/3 of the number of flashcards Lily has. Shavaya has 1/3 Lily. Y'all are reading wrong. My apologies. I show 1/3 of Kaylee. So let me draw over my diagram again. I'm sorry about that, people. Shavaya has 1/3 the number of flashcards Lily has. So Shivaya, probably I'm pronouncing Shivaya name wrong, that is why. Shivaya has 1/3 what Lily has. So we was going wrong there. And now Lily has, so I actually do need to draw the diagram for this. Lily has 60%, which Kaylee has. So this represents 60%. So if that's 60%, I should draw 5 for Kaylee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the reason I draw 5, and I'm speeding up here because this question make me do it twice. I wasted my time on this question. So 1, 2, 3 out of 5 is 60%. 3/5 of this. So Lily has 3/5 Kaylee. Now let me double check this. Everybody. Watch it again, because last time I read the order wrong. Lily has 60% the number of flashcards Kaylee has. So that's this part. And Shavaya has 1/3 the number of flashcards Lily has. So we start with Shavaya as 1. Lily has 3, because this is 1/3 of 3. 1 is 1/3 of 3. And if this is 3/5, then Kaylee should have the denominator 5, so that Lily has 3 out of 5. Okay, finally, we're cooking it around gas. Now let's see what's going on here. If Kaylee has 228 more than Shavaya, I really read this wrong. Kaylee has 228 more than Shavaya. So what's the difference? This is Kaylee. This is Shavaya's 1. This is Kaylee's 1. How much excess is that? How much extra? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 parts is what represents 228. Yeah, We was cooking in Ramco gas there, but we leave the stove on. You know what happened? You know what's happening when you're cooking and you're talking and all kind of thing? You get distracted and we nearly burn down the whole kitchen. Well, let me see if you can catch it back here. 1 part is equal to 220 divided by 4. 5, 2, 7. $57. How much will Lily have? That's not, let me just make sure we divide in properly. 4 into 22, 5 remainder 2, 4 into 20 to 7. So 52 flashcards. Lily, try not to have a fraction of a flashcard this time. So Lily has 3 times 57. Woo! Which is how much? 3 times 7 is 21. So we just want to add 21 to 150. We get our nice 171. And we're cooking it Ramco gas now. We're back to cooking. We saved this. We saved this Sunday lunch. It is time for a break. We have how many questions left? We have to go up to question 19. That's not bad. So we have to do what we just did. We just did 12. So we have question 13 and continuing. So we're going to take a mini break. It's 2 o'clock. So break for 2 to 2:05. We're going to have a Tums. I feel like I take too much vitamin C and it aggravate my acid reflux. And I'm sleeping and doing on work and all kind of different things. I'm trying to not ruin my whole digestive system. So as you see now, how things? How was Sunday? Somebody say I get it correct, boys. That was probably the toughest one because I had fractions and percentages and you had to read it properly. Somebody saying, let's go and touch grass. So please recap number 12. So you just do Ramadan? No, I'm not Muslim. I do live in a heavy Muslim community though. So go on America Got Talent because your singing is amazing. Touch grass now. Yes, please. You also you're good. As I said, but I live in. Gabrielle is yawning. Gabrielle is sleepy. Touch some grass. You know, I just had to touch my virtual grass. A little bush in the back here. So, well, yes, you all have 3 minutes to go and touch grass. Wait, you asking to go and touch grass? If I'm Christian, yes, I'm Christian. You okay, sir? Well, trying to be. Sir, my grass gone, what to do? You might have to draw grass on your copybook and touch it, but do it in the sun. Put me on the screen now. Hey, this is not shout out time, it's break time. Come on. Let me take you off my screen. Everyone go touch some grass. So we just have a few more minutes and we're going to finish. How many questions we have? We have up to 19 or 18. So sing a soca. Tomorrow is a holiday, but better we do some more maths tomorrow. Better we get them some more maths tomorrow. Do you like arts? Yeah, of course. If I was not a maths teacher, I might be doing something in the arts. Music or art itself. How much question? Well, I do play the piano. Shout out, please. So that you get your brand new playground wag. Alyssa, give me a chance now, buddy. Alyssa is how you wasn't even wrong a few years ago and you gave me all these talks. So are you sad because you're shy then? I play piano and guitar. Anybody here play piano, guitar, pan, drums? So somebody thief my yard. That would be funny. Imagine you go outside and your yard gone. Hey, where my yard, boy? My teacher, my designer, but to teach your class. Who's there want to teach your class by me, Val, boy? Next thing, I'll just get real trouble. Next time I come in that class and I can't see my way. Somebody says play drum. I like crochet. Crocheting. Somebody who didn't get in time out. Drums, pan, and keyboard. What you're a multi-instrumentalist, boy? Somebody says cool fade cap because I didn't take a haircut in such a long time. Since like 2-3 weeks ago earlier. It's time. Break done. So know me. Alright, Bedan. Let's go. So break done. I hope you're all getting smart with all this revision that's going on here. A donation of $540 is shared among 3 charities. Charity A, B, C. How much money does each charity? Fine. Well, we just divide 540 divided by 3. This is what we're talking about. Let's get more of these, please. More of these, please. $180 only just now. I need to paint up on the screen. We're doing a glorious question here, boy. What's this question? What's this question, Ali? This is how the screen was? Where was I? Like this? I think it was like this. Which way I prefer? This way, this way. I feel you can stick with this one. So I don't block anything. This question nicer. But I'm sure they're going to mess it up in the next slide. So you see, charity A start to get greedy and receiving 3 times more than charity B. Charity C receives 3 times more than B. So B is the base. I don't read these things carefully, boy. Last time I nearly bounced my toe twice. So let's check it. After that's a good idea. So I'll check it over when I finish the diagram. Well, actually check it over when I reach the ending last time, which was bad. But after you finish the diagram, check it over to see if it makes sense, right? Charity A receives 3 times more than charity B. A 3 times more than B. Charity C receives twice as much as charity B. Twice as much. Good. So now instead of 3 parts, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts to look out for. 6 goes into 540. What I want to say, 9 times 90. How much money does each organization receive? So this is for 1 part. I didn't do the full weekend like before. So each organization, A will receive 3 times 90. So we're looking at 270. Only before this series done, only will get the room tour. Don't worry yourself. B will receive 1 times 90, but not today. Today I just trying to finish this class and go and rest. Go and see if I can recover. 2 times 90 is 180. See if I could not be in pain. All right, so 270, 90, 180. How are we looking? Good. We're looking good. Hey, let's stop giving answers. Let me put some people who give answers on the screen. Boom, bang, bim, bang. Normally you see a whole set of people just shouting out answers. Or is it at the butt time and you're out when you're playing answers? I need to tell her about to take it down a little bit. Sophia had, $59. She wanted to buy 5 pens and 2 bookmarks. If each bookmark costs $150 more than each pen, what's the cost of 1 bookmark and one pen and 1 bookmark together? While looking for the question is the part of the question which says she used the $59 to buy the 5 pens and 2 bookmarks. So I have to assume that. I guess I just need to assume now. I will just assume that. Big assumptions here. So I could draw a box diagram for this. It'll be a little messy, but I could come up with something. How to not make this messy, boy? Maybe I could use a little multiplication idea. So 2 bookmarks, 5 pens, but this diagram is drawn assuming 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's drawn assuming that they cost the same amount. They don't. Bookmarks, 5 pens. They don't cost the same amount. Actually, each bookmark costs $1.50 more than a pen. So if I have 2 bookmarks, I'll have the 2 parts of the pens, but I'll actually have $3 excess. You understand? $1.50 times 2. Each bookmark is $1.50 more. So I have some excess here. I have a $1.50 from the first bookmark and the next $1.50 from the next bookmark. So I can put it all together as $3 excess. And now I have my setup here, and all of this supposedly cost $59. So if I remove the excess and I start sprinting down my way to the end, 1, 2, 3, 7 parts. What's a 56? 1 part. 56 divided by 7 is $8. So what would be cost of 1 pen and 1 bookmark together? Well, 1 pen will be $8, and 1 bookmark will be $8 as well, but plus the $1.50. So 1 pen plus 1 bookmark will have to be $8 plus $8 plus the $1.50 extra for the bookmark. So we're looking at a little $17.50 there. I love it. I've seen answers here. I'm gonna put some answers on the screen to encourage the answer, people. Bang, 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 bang. Right? Bang, bang. Well done. Cooking. So, wait, let me make sure we answer the question. What is the cost of 1 pen and 1 bookmark altogether? Now, you see me doing this a lot of times, and you see, are you getting enough time to see that reading over the last part of your question when you're finished is professional tips. Professional tips. 3 jars X, Y, and Z contain different amounts of honey. X, Y, Z. I didn't read the question and watch me writing X, Y, Z. Let me pat down a little bit. 475, 380. Right. So this is the average question. So let's speed run this question. Firstly, I'm placed right. I'm just making sure I read the last bit. Right. Speed run time now. So speed run is to find the total. 4 and 5 is 9, 7 and 7 is 14, and 8 is 22. This time, let's bring up 2 this time now, boy. 5 and 4, 929. What an odd number. Check it over. 4 and 5. Let me make sure I write the right thing. 475, 380, 174. 7 and 7 is 14 plus 8 is 22. 2, 6, 9, no, 10. You see, I do the same thing again. You see, I do the same thing again. So this is still an odd number in my book though. So what are we trying to divide by? 3? Yeah, we're trying to divide by 3 though. So the mean is, don't forget your speed run. So let me speed it back up again. 3 into this is 3 remainder 1, 4, 3. 3, 4, 3. 3, 1, 4, 3. Okay, so jar X will give the 475 minus the 343. Should be 2, 3, 1. Jar Y, jar boy, jar Y. These jars is Rasta jars boy. So 3, 4, 3. So need a little regrouping here, but a small thing. We could do some regrouping. 37. why did I go through all of that? I could have watched that and say 37. And I just write in those answers here. And because this is my channel, I'm not feeling to write in the answers there, and I don't have to. Kind of hurting me not to write them answers there. Feeling like, ugh. Y'all imagine these answers going here. 132 and 37. Imagine them. Use your imagination. Ugh. Why is this question so long? At the community center, there are 800 members in total. We have a total. Either enroll in the dance or cooking. It's two things, dance and cooking. Don't show me no other thing because you just say dance and cooking. So it's long because they pay you on fractions. 1/5 are part of the dance, rest are in the cooking. I could organize that. I could organize this whole part here. Don't worry, I can organize that. But let me go forward and read first. Adults. All right, so they are to talk about adults and children now. So there's a next thing inside that thing. But we could organize the first part already, right? We could organize the first one. The number of children in the dance class is equal to 3/16. The number of adults in the cooking class. So 3/16 is the number, right? There are 4 times as many adults in the cooking class. How many children are in the dance class? So they do that. This question unnecessarily long, boy. Who wanna come on the channel and do this question, boy? Feel like you take a break, day. And I was now complimenting this worksheet. You know what is this question doing here? Why this question? I'm just and I want 6 marks for this. I remarking this question. So at a community center, there are 800 members in total, either enrolled in the dance or cooking. 1/5 of in the dance. So the dance, well, 1/5 of 800. So what are we looking at here, buddy? 5. What are we looking at here, buddies? 5 will go into this one time. We mean that 3. 16, 160. 160 in the dance. In the cooking. So the cooking will be 800 minus 60 is 740, but it's actually 160, so 640. So we have the first part done. Remember I told you we got to organize our first part. We have the first part done, right? There are 4 times as many adults in the cooking as there are children. So adults, children, 4 times, children, 5 parts. So 5 parts, and this is the cooking, equals 640. So 1 part will be 640 divided by 5. 5 goes into this 1, 2, 8, 128. The number of children in the dance class is 316, the number of adults in the cooking class. So I need to find how many adults in the cooking class. If you're wondering why people are able to put the answer immediately when I bring up the question, or even before I bring up the question, those of y'all who still don't know yet, I send the worksheet in the Student Hub classes. So Student Hub students get it early. I still send it as well in Facebook free for anybody else. Not all of y'all here from the Student Hub. And it's on the Facebook group. So you can look me up, Kerwin Spring, on Facebook, parents, and you can get the worksheet ahead of time. The number of adults. No, I think I need to recap because I'm using a lot of shorthand because I'm feeling lazy with the question here, but I'm going to bring back in my teacher self. 1/5 of 800 is 160. So we worked out how many were in the cooking class by subtracting the 160 from the 800. So we got 640. So now we know how many people are in each class. There are 4 times as many adults in the cooking as children. So we did our unequal sharing bar stuff. 5 parts, 640, 1 part is this. So the number of adults, we could have also said, those of you who use the fraction method could have just immediately found 4/5 of 640. But in the end, the number of adults, let me do it right here, is going to be 128 times the 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 32, or I could subtract 128 from 140 as well. 11, 1, 4, 1, so 512. 512. So there are 512 adults, and the number of children in the cooking class would be equal to 3/16 of the 512. Okay, we're nearing the finish line. 4 goes into this 4 times, 4 into this 1, 2, 8, 128 times. And 4 into this 1, 4 into 128, 32 times. And 3 times 32 is 96 kids. I want 6 marks for this question because why I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of working. I want 6 marks, not 4. Oh, hold out my marks there. So there are 1,200 rubber balls, and red and yellow in a ball pit. Half of the red balls is that right? Half of the red balls is half of the number of children. Half of the children are half are. Earlier, ELS students, how this looking? Sus, right? 180 more than 50% of the yellow. How many red are there in the ball pit? 1,200 total. Right now, in CD question, I'm still thinking about that. 1,200. Let's need to fix if any of the teachers here. Red and yellow, half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. Oh, this is one of those gangster questions. One of them gangster questions, boy. Are they not to do this one? We're one of the toughest unequal sharings that could ever touch down in Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Grenada, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Barbados, St. Vincent. I miss out any country that usually tune in. Type your country. I know for a fact we have Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, Trinidad. Not too sure if you are Antigua in the house. Antigua here. This question is real bacchanal. So watch how the pros do this question. Right? Half of the red is 180. I hope I do it good. It's 180 more than 50% of the yellow. 50% of the yellow mean half, right? So yellow, I could split that in 2. I see now way here. I see now way in. Good. Half of the red is 180 more. So half of the red is actually equal to the yellow, right? No. Half of the red is not equal to the yellow. It's 180 more than the yellow. So I can do it 2 ways. Remember, I was showing you there's 2 ways to do this when it's like this. So the red has the part minus 180 is equal to half of the yellow. Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. And then I'll do it again. That's the next half, and then I need to minus the next 180. So this is one way to do it. The other way to come, how many of you all use this visualization? It's kind of tough to see. The other way is, if I think of it in reverse, and I'm able to get a normal excess idea that feels a little more at home. Yellow, red. Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of yellow. Now this is also half, right? So this is equal to this, but I'll need to add 180. And I'll need to add the next 180 for the half. So in this way, I can add the excess on the yellow side and subtract and be able to work it out neater. Why is it in the chat if you understand? Why I mean yes. So if you can write I understand, sir. This was kind of weird to explain. How to explain this? Watch the words here. Half of the red is 180 more than half of the yellow. So I drew the red and I draw the yellow, but they're not equal unless I put the little 180 here extra, because I need 180 more. The red actually has more than half of it. So I put 180 more there. So the total excess is 180 plus 180, 360. Remove excess, 1200 minus 360. 840. So 840, 60, 90, 2, 3. Yes, good. And what are we trying to find? How many red? 2 parts. How many parts this represents? This represents the 4 parts after I remove the excess. So I could actually find half of this and get the answer. I could find 2 out of 4. I do that one time, right? So just divide by 2. So if I just divide by 2, what is the answer I'm going to get? Oh no. There are different answers for this one, boy. Wait, we're trying to find 1 part or how many red? Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. Who have the most? Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. Like a tired boy. Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. So you red have more. So I put the 180 on the wrong side. Half of the red is 180 more than. I put the 180 on the wrong side. Oh no. How much you want to know? Red? Let's check this again. Half of the red. So this is half of the red. Oh yeah, actually do my own mistake there. So so what I had before was correct, but it wasn't supposed to be a minus. Half of the red plus 180 here. So this is how I used to show this, like in my older videos. When I was doing questions like this. So I have the red plus I have the 180 trapped inside there. This probably is a better visual. And this way I wouldn't enter problems. So the red is the same as half of the yellow plus 180 more. So I put the 180 on the wrong side. Anyhow, it's the same working. So I remove the same 360, get the 840. That is 4 parts now. And I want to find half of that. Well, let's do the whole working out, because I can find half and add back the 360, but let's just do the full working. 1 part would be 840 divided by 4, which is 210. And the red is going to be 210 times 2 plus the excess back again, 360. 420 plus 360 is 780. What a question here. So this is one of the toughest questions, and I actually had to stop and recalibrate my answer, because this same exact line here is really tricks happening. Half of the red is 180 more than 50% of the yellow. So I think maybe this is still the best way to represent this. What way you all use to represent this on a block diagram? When they give you something like this, something that compares a fraction with an excess. I'm just happy to see 780. Let's go on and get the second to last question. Wait. Is that they wanted how many red balls are in the ball pit. 780 is what they want. Lamarian and Ambika each had an equal number of books. After Lamarian gave 16 books and Ambika gave away 22 books, Ambika has 60%. Oh, this is another style of unequal sharing. Here we go, another style of unequal sharing. Bang. They both started off with the same amount. Lamarian and Ambika. Lamarian gave away 16, so he's down 16. And Ambika gave away 22. So that's a little further down, but wait. Ambika has 60% of the books Lamarian has. So 60% means 3/5, right? So 1, 2, 3, and give Lamarian 5, 22. So it borrows some of the ideas from before. Take a little watch. Ambika's now has 3 parts, 60%, so I know that's the fraction 3/5. So I'm going to give her the 3 parts, and I'm going to give Lamarian the 5 parts. He has the total, and because 3 out of the 5. So you understand why I gave him the denominator. So I gave Lamarian the denominator here, 5 parts. Ambika has the numerator, so 3 out of the 5. And we know that they started off on the same level. Let me make sure I'm reading the right thing. Ambika lost 22, gave it away actually, and Lamarian gave away 16. So the idea that you're trying to bring out of these types of questions, this is the first time we do one like this, I think today. I think we did one in the hardest questions 2 weeks ago. Is that this missing part here, you get that from the difference. 22 minus 16 will give us this difference here. In other words, 2 parts is equal to the difference that they gave away, 22 minus 16, which is 4 and 2, 6. So 1 part is 3 books. Now you're supposed to be able to work out anything from this. How many books they have all together? Well, let's use Ambika to find out how many books she had in the beginning. At this start, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 3 times 3 parts, plus the 22. 9 plus 22 is 31. So she has 31 books at the beginning. So all together, they will have 31 plus 31. All together, 31 plus 31, 62 books. So this isn't as hard as the others we do, but I think the initial concept is very hard actually. It isn't hard in the long run once you understand what to do, but the initial concept of understanding that the difference would represent the difference in the number of parts here. And all of these questions can be done with algebra, but you're not supposed to have algebra in your tool shed at this level. So you need to find ways to solve this without algebra. Now you could have it if you have it in your tool shed. That's not a bad thing. Don't stop. If you have algebra, that's good, but teachers don't teach algebra in primary school. There are 380 styrofoam boxes, medium and large, in a Chinese restaurant. Half of the medium boxes is 85 more than 1/3. All right, they gave me back this thing again. They gave me a next chance. So let me try this out again. Let's read this question carefully. Large. Half of the medium boxes, so I want to draw this. I'll put the half. Is 85 more. So there's an 85 extra there. Than 1/3 of the large boxes. So this half is actually equal to this, which is actually 1/3. All right, I think I take care of myself there. This is really the best. This is really the OP way of representing these tough unequal sharing questions. Parents, by the way, these are some of the toughest questions that we are doing here. Next week, this is the last question. Next week, we are going to do an SEA sample paper. So basically, we are doing a mock exam for SEA. Very vital. So I'll try to advertise that and put the notice out early. Students in the student hub, you have to do the assignment under exam conditions. So next week, we have SEE. We're going to be doing a whole SEE paper. Tan 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 tan. So get ready for that. Get ready to perform. So you know there's section 1 and section 2. There are 380 styrofoam boxes, medium and large, in a Chinese restaurant. So we have a total. Half of the medium is 85 more than 1/3. So this excess here is 80 and 80 is 160 plus 5 and 5. So that's 170. You can visualize the excess on top. Let's remove the excess. So that's 380 minus the 170. 210. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts that are equal to that. 5 parts is equal to 210. 1 part would be equal to 210 divided by 5. 4, remainder 1, 2, 42. 42 boxes. So I check my maths and thing, they make sure I'm misrepresenting myself out here in these YouTube streets. 5 into 200 is 40. 5 into 10 is 2, yes. So how many large boxes are there in the restaurant? What are you trying to figure out? How many large? Well, we're just going to have to give a nice little multiply by 3 there, because each part here is 42. So the number of large boxes is going to be 42 times 3. I'm looking like a good 126 in my book. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end. Now, these questions here, this one, and there was one more that I said should come for 6 marks. Chances are more slim for these to come in the SE. Excuse me. But you see, every last one of the other questions, all the other questions, oh yeah. Oh yeah. As students, you have to know how to do it. You may see one of them showing up in your section 3. And those of y'all who were studying and prepping and watching over and got the worksheet and practice and get faster and faster at identifying what method to solve your unequal sharing, congratulations to you. You are looking like you are going to mash up the unequal sharing in the exam. So shout out time. You know what time it is. Shout out time. Shout out time. Shout out time. All right, so let me go. I'll watch our screenshot in here. Somebody doing notice. Why am I missing next week, Jason? Oh, Jamai, big up. Shout out Sophia, studying very hard. Big up Vidan, Janaya, Rihanna, my dad, Ozara, 100% in my maths booklet. Whoa, big up you. Big up, big up. Tum 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 tum. Here comes the next one. One more after this. We'll see if we have some space. Big up Naila. Lisa, how are you always in the shout outs, right? You have some kind of special program or something? Briggs Preparatory School. Is that to the Bella? Shout out you. Mark, Ambika and Trinidad. Ambika say shout out the whole of Trinidad, yes. Ambika, what about Tobago? Shout out Tobago too. We have a big Tobago contingent here. Once again, shout out to all the countries represented. Chandani, what's up, Chandani from class Vishal? Shut me out. Okay, Lana, shout out. But what is this, Lana? And JJ, what is he in JJ? here comes the last one. Malachi, you are on the inside. Malachi, how you on the inside twice, boy? Bang, bang. Then we have Nikita and Miss Warner. Big up Miss Warner every time. Caitlin, what's up? You never get one before, Chantal? Well, look at that. First timer. We'll send up some applause for Chantal Lee. Doubles in Trinidad be like Milan, high marks and me maths test. Vishal, I didn't see you somewhere around here just now. I must see you in the chat earlier. Anis, Brian, and June. All right, tell you, I need you to keep studying. Get ready for the big SEA mock exam, sample exams that we're going to do. Shout out to Miss Samantha from the Student Hub. Shout out to Miss Celine. All our other teachers, Miss Lucas, all our SEA teachers. St. Vincent. Hey, we have St. Vincent here. So big up St. Vincent. I just saw O'Malley type that. So we are about to pack up St. Ursula's Anglican. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, people. Don't play too much game. Be safe Monday and Tuesday. See you again next week, Sunday. Love and blessings.